Hello guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. In this channel we are going to provide you with many web design tutorials, graphic design tutorials, and also some computer tips and tricks. So before we start, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell icon for more updates on our channel. So today, as it's our first video, we are starting with the introduction to HTML. So before start, make sure you subscribe, please. In this video we are going to start with the introduction of HTML, so bear with us. As I'm using Android phone, I have my own special code editor, Trap Edit. So if you want, you can download it from your Play Store. So now let me start. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, if you come to this workspace, so all these are my projects. So we have to create a project and name it as web design tutorials. So now the folder has been created, web design tutorials. As you can see, it's empty here. Click on the plus button to add a new file or folder. So let's add a new file. Just going to add one file and name it index.html. Saving a HTML file, you cannot just write index like this and save it. You must indicate this. As you can see, it said plain text document. So if you add this HTML, it becomes a HTML file that can be viewed through a web browser or your code editor. So now I've created index.html. Let's go in and see. So HTML snippet. So as you can see, doc type, HTML lang, English, head, meta char set. This meta character set, we are not going to start with it today. You have to know the basics first. So now in this place, let me start explaining HTML. What does HTML mean, and explain those tags one by one. So let's start. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It describes the structure of any web page. It is essential to learn HTML if you want to build websites. You can't build even one website if you don't know HTML, because it is one of the prerequisites in learning other languages of web development. It is the simplest coding language ever. So HTML is a must-have language for web design and development, and any kind of programmer, whether API, whether front end, whether back end. So now let me explain those tags one by one, those elements. The doc type declares the document type, which tells the browser which version you are using. So now I'm using HTML5. You cannot write HTML5, you can just write HTML. There is many versions of HTML like HTML4 public transition, but you cannot call it public. You can just say HTML4, HTML 1.0. So now the newer version is HTML5 that we are using now. So the HTML tag where they indicate language is English, they are telling you that this HTML document is dealing with English. So let me explain the HTML element. This encloses everything inside of an HTML file or document. It includes tags, elements, style sheets, scripts, text, multimedia, and a lot more. So the head tag encloses the metadata of a document which will not be displayed on the main content. This could include style sheets, scripts, title, meta tags, and a lot more. So the title element, let me show you example of title. You already know the title, so title for HTML will not be displayed in the main content as they have told you. Anything that is inside the head tag will not be displayed on the main content. So let's say title. So now, as you can see, it is here, the name of the document, so it cannot be viewed. See there, it cannot be viewed. So let us go back to our file. Now the body tag, this encloses all the elements which include the headers, the headings, paragraphs, images, break tags, and everything will be done inside this body tag. So let me explain HTML tags. HTML tags are element names surrounded by angle brackets. The element names are this example, like this body. It is surrounded by two angle brackets, the greater than and the less than sign. So HTML opening tag is, let's say, this head. The first head in this line 3 is just with two angle brackets without anything. So scroll down, you can see in this line 5 they include with a slash. This slash means that the head tag has finished here. It is a closing tag. So now let us enter this thing. Let us start with h1. So h1 HTML have many headers. It has 6 headers: h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6, and they will all be surrounded with these two angle brackets, the opening tag and the closing tag. So now let's say hello world, around it. So as you can see, hello world, it is the main heading, h1 is the main heading, and h6 is the smallest heading. So let's add a paragraph here. The paragraph in HTML is indicated with p tag and surrounded by these angle brackets, the opening and the closing tag. So let's say this is a paragraph. So if you run this code, you can see how it is. This is the header, this is a paragraph. So now let's jump into HTML formatting. As you can see, the default paragraph is like this. So until you add CSS that it should be changed, the font size or whatever. So now let's say let's start with break tag. Break tag is indicated with B in HTML. B. This is A. no don't has closing tag. It's a typing error. So as you can see, it's bolded. Oh, sorry, it's bold. The break tag is BR. So this, if you type this B, as you can see, the paragraph tag has been bolded. So if you want to make italicized document, so let's say it is indicated with I tag. HTML is simple, as I'm telling you. Let's say no, we cannot italicize all of it because it's an example. This is an example of italicized text. So if you can run this one, so as you can see, the text has been italicized. So let's turn it to B and see. So as you can see, it doesn't work. It's my code editor. The trap edit is not a good code editor, but if I on my PC, if it is on Visual Studio Code or any code editor, you can see it is formatted nicely. So let me try M, whether it will show, because I want you to understand it very well. In this one, let's add EM. It doesn't work. It's the browser error. So now let's say you are writing in this kind of in HTML. If you are just typing things like this, just going, if you went to the browser until it reaches here, the last line place before entering. So if you want to break it in this U, let's say break. So if you type like this, as you can see, it is being broken in the two lines. So let's go to HTML list. HTML has many types of list. As we all know, we have the first one. Let's start with UL. On ordered list, default will be with rounded dots. So let me show you an example. If you open a UL element like this, was it okay for you to list things, just be writing them, and the browser will be set normal? No, you have to add li list. Let's say list 1, li list 2. So let's run this code and see. So as you can see, list 1, list 2 with dots, 2 dots. So let me give you an example of ordered list. Ordered list, as the name implies, that one unordered UL and this one ordered, we will use OL. So press enter and again type li and let's say OL1, and press enter. LI OL2. So its own default is 1 2 3. So let us see. So as you can see, 1 2. So now if you want to turn this ordered list 1 2, let's say, to Roman numerals, you can just say type. What type of list do you want? Let's start with A. So if you run it, you can see it turns to A. Oh, sorry, let me see, why is this mistake? Oh, sorry, it's not in this LI that we are going to add it. It will be on the ordered list. Type is equal to A. Let us delete this one. So as you can see, A, B, ordered list 1, ordered list 2. On ordered list is with dots, and this one is OL1, OL2. So let's say OL type is equals to I. If you run this one, you can see Roman numerals. It will be counting like this up to the where your list ends. So I think we are going to stop here, but first let me introduce you CSS. You know, we are in CSS is a good styling language. So what is that CSS? CSS means cascading style sheets. It's a style sheet language used to describe the presentation of an HTML document. CSS describes how elements can be rendered on screen. But as of now, as we are running out of time, we cannot do it. We can just consider on HTML for at least 5 tutorials to 6 tutorials before touching CSS. So let us save this when we come back. So as you can see, hello world. Let me show you these headers. Let me write all of them 1 to 6 before we close. Oh, sorry. And lastly, H6. So as you can see, if you run this one, You can see the H1 is the main heading, main paragraph header. H2 is the secondary header. H3 is the third. H4 is a fourth. So let us see. Yeah, right. As you can see, it is from the biggest to smallest. H6 is the smallest. So now, if you can start with H6, number 1, H6, H5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it can be formatted as the smallest, the second smallest, up to the biggest one. So that's all for this video. We are leaving a free course, free PDF book link in the description. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and share our video for more updates. Thank you.